Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be carrying on with our games controller series that we've not touched on for a while. So in the first video, which will be linked in the description, we created something that looks like this. So we've got the basic form of the controller done. Um, what we're going to do now is we're going to do something called shell it, which involves splitting this plastic casing into two halves and carving out all the inside, which is dead easy to do. But we need to just get that set up first. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to draw the line, the profile that is going to cut through this controller. So you're going to look at the side view. On me, it's the right plane. For you, it might be the front, but just make sure you're looking at your games controller from the side view. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click sketch. Make sure you're sketching on the plane, so the middle plane, so the right plane for me. And you're going to grab your spline tool, which is just there in the toolbar. And you're going to do a wavy line that somewhat follows the contour pretty much down the middle of the side profile of your shape. So I'm going to start at the top, in the middle, and I'm maybe just going to do a couple of clicks, trying to make sure that stays, not exactly, but near enough in the middle, all the way to the end. And you want it to come out at the end, probably straight down, straight through that end point. And you're just going to double click to drop that line. So I've got this sort of weird S shape that goes through my shape. Um, now I'm going to extrude that. Don't worry, it's not a closed shape because I'm going to do something called a surface extrude. So I'm going to click extrude, I'm going to click surface, and that should allow me to now select my line. There we go. And I want this to go all the way through my shape, so I'm going to pull it all the way out. If I click symmetric here in this box, it's going to pull it out effectively in both directions like that. And then I'm going to click the tick. So now I've got a single surface dissecting or intersecting my object. And you can see that goes all the way through. I've got no bits that stick out in any of my views or orientations. Okay, what we're going to do now, or what the point of this is, we're going to turn this one solid body into two halves. So we've currently got one part, one object. We're going to use this surface to basically cut this in half, cut this into two parts. So what we need to do for that is we need to click our split tool, which I can never find. There it is. So the split tool is next to the Boolean tool, two along from the mirror on my layout. It might be different on yours. You can always just type split into the search box and you're able to select it there. And again, it's going to ask you for two things. It's going to ask you for the part or surface or curve you want to split. So that's our object, our solid object. And then it's going to want your tool, the entity you want to split it with. And this is going to be the new surface we've drawn down the middle, this curve, this wave. So I'm going to click on that, click the tick. And now you'll see we've got this line. Well, you'll see two things. First of all, we've got a line going down the middle where that split occurred that showcases the path of that surface. And secondly, you'll see in our parts, we've actually now got two separate parts. Instead of one solid body, we've got two separate parts. And that's super important because if I go into assembly and just do some housekeeping. If we go to insert, we insert our part, click the tick. What I can do now is I can click on one of my parts and I can move it away from the other one. This is really important because what I want to do, I want to shell inside each of these halves to make a casing. Now, this is a little bit trial and error, especially with the complex shape of the controller that we've got. And I had a few issues in the previous videos trying to do this that we need to backtrack. So I'll tell you now, it might not work. If it doesn't work, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my part. And on these parts, you'll see they've got, at the bottom, you'll see they've got an eye next to the part. If I click on one of those, it'll allow me to hide the part, allowing me to access this surface, the inside surface of the middle of my games controller. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to shell it. Now the shell tool, it basically carves the inside of a solid shape out so that the remaining wall thickness is constant. So it's going to reduce it all by, it's going to reduce the wall thickness to a certain value all the way around. So my shell tool is there. It's this one that looks like a cube that has been hollowed out. Again, you can type in shell in the tools, click on shell, click on the inside, just this face, this surface. And there you go. Mine has worked apart. Maybe it has worked at the bottom. I think that's good. And my shell thickness is 2.5 millimeters currently. I think that's all right. I think that's a reasonable thickness of what a games controller plastic lining might be. So I'm going to keep it as that. If you want, you can go all the way to 5, which you probably don't want. You can see that's really chunky. That's going to be really thick and durable. Take it down to 1 again, unless you're actually thinking of producing this, of 3D printing it, which I'm not sure this is going to be of the quality to do, but we'll see where the series gets to. That's probably going to be a bit thin. I think 2 or 3, probably 2.5 to 3 is sensible. Shell, set the thickness to 2.5 and click the tick. And all I'm going to do is do exactly the same to the other part. So I'm going to hide the part I've just shelled, show the bit I've not yet shelled, and I'm going to hopefully going to be able to shell this by the same amount. It's thinking about it. It might not have done this. Now, the reason it might not have done this is because of the way you've drawn that S. So remember, right at the beginning of this video, we drew that S shape. I don't know if it does it any. Oh, right. Okay. If you draw that S shape, that's going to determine, and it's really tricky for me to show you, obviously, because with it being just an arbitrary S shape, there's no dimensions, there's no right or wrong. It's just eyeballing it really. I can't very easily do that to show you. So if it's not having it, what I'd do is I'd go back again and maybe have that S shape just coming off a bit before the bottom. So just with that S shape, cut off one at the bottom of the leg, and I tend to have better luck with that. We'll see if it, now it's worked with 1 mil. It might work with 2 mil. It's worked with 2 mil. Let's just see if it does go back to 2.5. No. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it as 2 mil because I think I can, at a push, work with that. While we're there, I'm just going to make the other shell uniform as well. So instead of being 2.5, it's 2 mil. Again, it really depends what. That's not having it, is it? Let's just keep it as oddments for now. It really depends on that shape of your initial curve. And it is trial and error. It is just going back and redoing it if it's not having it. Okay. That's all I'm going to show you at the minute. If we jump onto the assembly, you will see we've got the 2 halves now. And yeah, we do have one of the, I'll go back and try and fix this, but we do have one of the wall thicknesses that is 0.5 mil slimmer than the other. We'll go back and see if we can rectify that with a different shaped split off video. But in the meantime, if you follow along the video and you get to that point, in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to start putting the buttons on. So we look forward to seeing you then, and leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.